Welcome back to America's Retirement Headquarters, home of the Retirement Guys Formula and America's Medicare Associates with Nolan Baker. ARHQ.com is the website. The phone number, 419-794-3030. A milestone. Disney just officially turned 100 years old, and it is among the exclusive club of companies that made it through the Great Depression, World War II, the advent of the internet, and the social media era. So longevity definitely been on Disney's side. How do we get that Disney-like longevity in our retirement plans?
Well, if you think about going to Disney, I think it's one of the most magical places on earth.
Mm-hmm.
But, if we look at it, I just Googled the topic, and how much does it cost to go to Disney World, for a week in 2024? The average next year is going to be $6,865, according to one of the results that came back. So when we think about it, I'm thinking about what's the advice I give to somebody that you can have the longevity that you need for retirement. So, Disney is the most magical place on earth. It's incredible that they're, celebrating 100 years. And I can think of the magic that I had when my kids were just little kids. And I can think of the magic of, taking them recently and the different times. But, with what we see, the number one thing, again, with how expensive it is, the number one tip that I would give people for creating longevity with their retirement plans is don't overspend right away in retirement time. Mm-hmm. Right? So I know, taking that trip to Disney, maybe taking your kids and grandkids and having this, big event that you wanted to do at retirement time is something that you've dreamed of. I think it's great if you have the financial resources to do so, but be sure to take a look at overspending in the early years, the impact that will have on the long-term longevity and success of your retirement plans. We'll have folks that'll come into the office and they'll say, I have a $400,000 or $500,000, and so they feel comfortable that it's okay to take money out. Maybe they're going to buy one of those timeshares, and maybe they're going to do some of these trips and projects that they always wanted to do. Yet they still need a pretty consistent amount of money taken out on a monthly basis. And so when you stack the withdrawal rate that they have on their normal retirement account, and then you add the lump sum of these other big withdrawals, you actually accelerate the risk of outliving your money. So here's how to make your retirement money last. First of all, for those of you that are over the age 50, keep in mind that the IRS rules have changed a couple of different times, most recently with the Secure Act 2.0. And for 2023, an individual 401k contribution limit is now raised to $30,000. That IRA contribution limit, again, for people over the age 50 is now $7,500. So before year end or before you get to the retirement, if you want to do the Disney trip, if you want to do some of these big things, what you want to do is you want to boost your retirement savings rate. Maybe have that money set aside and use that money to do some of those bigger trips, not have it as part of your retirement income needs. The next thing that you want to do to have your money last is, in my opinion, is consider optimizing and sometimes delay taking Social Security benefits. The statistics that are out there are roughly about 70% of people are drawing Social Security benefits before their full retirement age. That could be either due to Social Security disability and somebody moving on to that program. That could be simply electing to take Social Security. But by taking Social Security before your full retirement age, what you're ultimately doing is you're locking yourself into a lifetime reduction of income and or negatively impacting what could be the survivor benefits with the Social Security as well. And so when you lock in the lower income, sure, in the early years, you're getting more income now because you're getting that Social Security, but later in life, your withdrawal rate, meaning the amount of money that you need to take off your investments, could be higher. That could actually create more stress on your plan than delaying Social Security, which could reduce not only your taxation of what your withdrawals are from your retirement account, because you won't need to take as much, it could also make more reliable income and less of a need to run out of money on like your 401ks or your IRAs. With that being said, I think it's also a good idea to consider purchasing what I would refer to as longevity insurance. There's certain annuity products that are out there, things like deferred income annuities. Annuities can be a new way to add an income source. On our website, arhq.com, under the Clients tab at the bottom, we have a calculator that actually shows the impact and what the withdrawal rate would need to be on the stock market or the risky assets. And when you have more reliable income, again, the rate of return that you need to earn on your risky assets can actually be less when you have certain investment vehicles that are not subject to the lottery of the returns of the stock market. Instead of maybe fully retiring, consider downshifting in your 60s. Not only delaying Social Security, as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, can mean great things. That part-time income can make a big difference. It can help you in those early years if you need to come up with paying for healthcare expenses. It can delay your need to pull money out of your retirement account. It can extend things quite a bit. I can think of a person here recently, Ron, and Ron just retired. Him and his wife, they moved south, and Ron had an opportunity of a lifetime that he couldn't pass up, where his company offered him a substantial amount of money to come back and spend part-time working at the job he was previously doing. And by doing so, Ron gets to gradually move into retirement time, spend some time getting retirement ready, but at the same time, his withdrawal rate he doesn't need to take on his 401k or IRA right now because he has this other source of income. He now has money that he can pay for his other benefits, like his healthcare costs. And so that's going to strengthen the longevity of his retirement plan. And, inflation has not been something that we've talked a whole lot about until the last year and a half, but inflation is the real deal. And if we look at academic research that's out there, we need to make sure that you're building an inflation-adjusted income. And that can be a big risk in retirement time. Even if we don't think that this high inflation rate is going to stay under control, even it goes back to historical average of 3%, $100 today is going to be more than $200 in 25 years. So you need to build in inflation. So again, you need to plan out your retirement paycheck. And once you retire, generating income and making sure that if you're not going to get up to work, your money's going to get up to go to work all the time. So, if you're in that retirement red zone, that means you're 5 years within retirement time, or you just retired within the last 5 years and you're saying, Nolan, can I make my retirement money last? What we can do is we can take and we can stress test your plan and go over all of these areas to help you make sure that you have the ultimate confidence to have the greatest chances of increasing the longevity of your retirement plans. Give us a call. We'll stress test your plan. We'll give you some ideas and options and talk to you about a specific action plan that you can take advantage of to make sure that your retirement money will last.
Being able to address that number one concern among retirees and pre-retirees, outliving their money, that longevity risk is a very real thing. Having the stress test done is a good way to show, where the pain points might lie in your retirement plan as it stands right now. And, it's never too late to really course correct the changes that need to be made, if any. It's good to know as you enter into retirement so that you can have that Disney-like retirement, if you live to 100 or beyond, who knows? But knowing that you don't have to worry about the income side of it. Having that stress test done, simple as picking up the phone, giving a call, 419-794-3030. You can also go to the website as well, schedule a time there, find that calculator Nolan was talking about, arhq.com.